All right, we have not done Jaxon Smith-Njigba justice. We've gone 20 minutes. We've mentioned his name a couple times. He was a cheat code today. And I mean, seriously, I think maybe the best single move I've seen all year was on his 75-yard touchdown pass. You shouldn't catch a hitch route in the Big Ten and break somebody's ankles and then score 75 yards beating the rest of the guys up the field. That was unbelievable. And it came at such an important moment for the Buckeyes.
Yeah, I mean, do you think that Jaxon likes to play Nebraska? I mean, between this and then last year with a toe touch, like that in itself was unforgettable. And then this, he just, obviously just was uncoverable. The fact that he basically left that defender on the ground just sitting there wondering what had happened. I mean, he's a special player. There's a reason that, I mean, it was only a couple seconds, but he held, the Texas record for all-time yards. Like, there's a reason for that. And he continuously shows that. Obviously, when he's going to have Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson getting the bulk of the attention, he's not going to have that. But then he obviously stepped up in a big way with Wilson out today.
Yeah, my question is, the Buckeye plane, are they going to stop in Iowa? Because I think that's how many yards he got. He actually got to the Iowa border of Nebraska. I mean, this kid accounted for 271 yards today in this game. I mean, he's such a great player. I mean, the other thing that we're talking about, he caught a punt today, Willie Mays style, over the top of his shoulder. Like, do you know how hard that is to catch a punt that way? I mean, he tracks the ball. Oh, I missed it. Oh, I just got it back like this. I caught it, and then I decided to return it 21 yards. I mean, Jaxon Smith-Njigba is a special player. And, I mean, Ohio State, talk about hitting on a recruit. And, going down to the Lone Star State and doing that, it's really good, special. Andrew, I agree with you. He has some kind of disdain for Nebraska. I don't know what it is. He gets up for these games whenever they get ready to play. But it was encouraging to see him just be so dominant today. I believe it was the most receptions by a Buckeye ever in a single game. He also had, he was a couple of yards off, really from the most yards in a game. But I mean, it's 271 yards of complete offense, of total offense for him. He is going to continue to develop, continue to grow. And I know this, Ryan Day is really excited when 11's on the field. I mean, he had such a game today. I think the original box score guy gave Tariq Smith's sack to him. So at one point, I think on the box score, he had a sack, he had a touchdown, he had something, from all that standpoint. So, I mean, it's really interesting to see, how they're going to continue to develop and continue to go with him as they continue to figure out ways to get him the football. Teams are going to work on him. So, it's going to open it up for Olave. It's going to open it up, from that standpoint. And then one of the things I think we discovered today, and this is not from a negative site, why we have not seen more of Fleming and Harrison Jr. yet. The moment was a little big for them today, I thought. I thought that they looked like kind of deers in headlights. Brendan, you were there. I know the environment had to be outstanding. I mean, it felt like it was vibrating on TV, so you were there. You could probably attest to it better than anybody. But it looked like those moments for those guys were a little too big at this point.
Yeah, 381 consecutive sellouts. There's nothing to do in Lincoln, Nebraska other than support the Huskers. And seriously, it's not even just football. I mean, if you're just into college athletics, they have sold out like every volleyball match on campus. I'm only slightly exaggerating when I say ever. And their volleyball team's a top 10 team in the country, but that's like the hottest ticket in town.
Brendan, they don't even have internet. Look at you right now. They don't even have internet.
People here love to come out and support the Huskers. And yeah, this was loud. This was a big league stadium today. And CJ Stroud said after the game, yeah, this was probably the hardest, road environment I've had a chance to play in so far. I agree with you. I thought even Julian Fleming struggled a little bit today. He did a good job of breaking up a would-be interception. I'd like to go back and see the replay, but I think on that first drive, the pick that he broke up, I actually thought was probably on him more than it was on CJ. Give him credit for breaking it up. But, to your point, I'm glad you brought up the punt return from Jaxon Smith-Njigba. I was going to bring that up too. I mean, as impressive as the 75-yard touchdown reception was, it's one thing to make a full extension grab, on a spiraling pass, but an end-over-end punt in a game that, frankly, at that point, field position really mattered. And he saved the Buckeyes probably 30 yards of field position, not to mention that he returned the punt 20 yards. It was just an unbelievable athletic play. I mean, literally, I'm in the press box out loud. I said, "Wow!" You could feel the people kind of looking at each other, going, "Did that really just happen?" On a punt, and so yeah, I mean, that kid was so far and away the most valuable player on the field. A huge day, and easily the star of the game.